What up to everybody in the Powerverse and everybody sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Blacklog, where we talk black about TV, film, music. Sometimes we just digress and, well, we drink coffee or tea, which is recommended by the 3 out of 4 cardiologists. My name is Rod. I'd like you to say hello to my co-host, my friend, my brother, a guy that I see on the street sometimes, Ryan.
What's up? What's up? What's happening? What's happening?
I don't
What's
know. The weather. Oh my God.
before
Out
the
here.
weather? Before the
What's up?
weather. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share. SHRE. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating. And if you didn't somehow like what we had to say, leave that 5-star rating. We promise to do better. And shout out to Tiffany Customs Creations. You can find them at etiffanycreations.com.
For all your apparel needs.
Back to a different
As
world, huh?
back to a different world. The Ocho. The Ocho.
Hey, before we jump into that, you know how dogs, because you have a dog,
I do.
you know how all these videos,
But I don't know. I don't know what you're about to say first.
these videos, you've seen all these videos, and I've come to the conclusion that just about every dog needs some type of drug to keep them calm because they always look worried. And you see how they have these dogs, they look concerned. You know, there was
Yeah.
one dog that I recently saw, and I was reminded, you just don't know what that dog may do just based on how he's looking at you, which is the famous Chow Chow, purple tongue dog. He always just, I have never seen a Chow Chow with any expression except kind of that Charlie Brown look, that Peanuts gang look when they don't have any mouths and they just kind of staring.
You
Ex-
clearly have forgotten your bulldog. It just sits there and says nothing.
no, but my bulldog, he would have expressions like facial expressions like worried and all kinds of things, especially if he got caught doing something.
A
He would have,
bulldog that looks worried. Really? Really?
bruh, you've never seen those videos of bulldogs where they start pawing at you because Trey used to always look worried, bro. If I got home and he had ripped something up, he's gone. All you see is the back of his butt walking out the room. And then when you see him, he looks worried. Now, Chow Chows, on the other hand, Chow Chows look very concerning to me. As in, I'm concerned about my well-being when I'm around a Chow Chow.
I just can't say on a child. That's different. I'm not gonna lie. Like a child has no
All right,
concerns.
go
All
ahead,
right.
pet him.
I mean, it's not like I see a child every day,
Go
but I mean, I think the purple tongue and you kind of got caught. I don't know the lore of the child.
Bro, that is a mean dog, bro. It is a mean dog, bro.
I mean,
People worry about pit bulls. Pit bulls, at least you see pit bulls look like they have concern. Chow Chow just always looking at you like, come on, let's get a little closer. Just get a little closer. Just get a little closer.
have you had an experience with a child, like a bad experience with a child, maybe?
Bro, every Chow Chow that I've ever seen, that I've ever come across, were mean.
I was about to say those weren't childs. The dogs that used to live in the building across the street from me. Saint and Kage, but they're Akitas. My bad. I'm about to say
no.
they're Akitas.
Yeah, that was Akitas.
Okay.
All right, anyway, episode
Maybe.
8.
There's something to think about. Episode 8, titled Life with Father, written by Cheryl Gard, who just did our last episode. A stepping stone. She's doing back-to-back. You know, Joel Embiid can't do back-to-back games, but Cheryl Gard, she can put the work in. She can give back-to-back episodes.
Are there any basketball players that do back-to-back games?
I don't know. It's also produced and directed by the great Debbie Allen.
Debbie.
Life with Father. I guess you'll pick up on the theme as we move on. We open in the pit. Dwayne is talking with Suzanne, a young lady who we've seen him with an episode or two, but names were never assigned to her. We gather that ultimately these three have been dating for 3 weeks. She mentions going to a basketball game tonight versus Morehouse. Kind of gets kind of sensitive. It's like, that's the kind of guys you like? Basketball players? I want to say, Jesus, Dwayne. She just said, did you want to go to the game, bro? That's all.
That's it.
That's all. She didn't say. It said, you want to go to the basketball game so I can date all the Morehouse team? That's like what's going on, Dwayne? Dwayne is happy to be with this young lady. Dwayne is clearly in love. Suzanne they're sitting there. Suzanne has to go. She has to go home and cook dinner. That was odd to me. I'm not going to lie.
It was.
In college.
Like if somebody explained that to me, I would be like, huh? Really? Can I come get some of this dinner?
You got to go home as a collegiate. And I'm not saying that can't happen, but you kicking it here on campus and you got to go cook dinner. How many people? She has yet to talk about who is at that house. Like,
and he didn't ask. So
and he didn't ask either. It's like, you got to go cook dinner. Like, didn't we just leave Intro to Civilization? Yeah. How many people you got to cook at home for? Like, the questions don't come up, but it's neither here or there. He offers to walk her home, and he's like, no, whatever. His suspicions are piqued. I'm not going to say they're risen, but they've been piqued. He even makes some joke about the Goonie Goo Goo. At that point, Eddie Murphy has just, his Delirious special is pretty popular.
Nah, wait, Raw or Delirious?
No, Raw. No, not Raw. Delirious. Delirious came out.
Delirious is like 83 or something.
Yeah, 83. Okay,
Raw.
So you mean now. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, Raw was... No, Raw... Delirious was Goonie Goo Goo, the original Goonie Goo Goo.
The original Goonie Goo Goo.
But then he brought back Goonie Goo Goo for a minute on Raw.
Okay, then I was like...
I think he tried to do a little retread right quick.
And Dwayne made a Goonie Goo Goo reference. I was like, Eddie Murphy. Ron enters to talk to him.
Hey, quick. What'd you like better? Delirious or Raw?
Delirious. Delirious is perfection.
Did you feel like Raw at the end, he just left stage.
Raw just...
At the end, at that last joke, it was like, I can't remember what song he was singing, but you could tell he was done. And he was like, all right, I'm going. Movie over.
People swear that Raw is the better one. I know it made more money, but there's nothing to watch Delirious, to watch that 20-year-old man step on the stage and just not stop. I mean, there's not
Raw was good, but Raw was Delirious.
Man,
he's Delirious.
Delirious is unstoppable, bro. He's oh my God. He just goes from subject to subject.
The Delirious was his thriller.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It's like
It's Purple Rain, Yeah, that was it right there, bro.
Everybody has, even though he hasn't done stand up in a while, everybody has a thing where maybe a joke kind of like it starts to lull, but there ain't no lulls in that thing, bro.
No.
He's coming
even when he got tired. Even when he got tired, the crowd jumped in, and his brother jumped in and just took a.
I just realized. I heard about. I did not know that was Charlie Murphy, and I did not.
I only found it out like within the last couple of years.
Yes, me too.
But I mean, still like
if hold on,
you can kind of say Charlie Murphy kind of pinch hit for him. So he can get a breather. No, you know what? I wouldn't even call it a pinch hit. It was more so like, you know how, like Aaron Donald, bruh. They just like, all right, Aaron Donald, just take me out for one play. I just need one play just to get my breath back and get back in the game. Bro.
And let me state to nobody, if you don't know, Eddie Murphy had a stand-up, a very popular stand-up, when he was hot on Saturday Night Live. It was one of HBO's first stand-up specials, and it was called Delirious. And at one point,
most people probably know about Delirious, I think.
Most people, and if you don't, here's the thing that we just learned in the last few years. There's a moment where Eddie Murphy, somebody said something, he just starts laughing
I'm out of breath.
and it's like, ah, it's like you don't know what. I did not. His brother Charlie Murphy was on the sideline.
You knew what happened. You just didn't know it was him who said it.
No, I didn't even know that was it. I didn't even.
You didn't know what he said? You didn't know what was said?
No.
Really? I thought that was obvious.
I never knew what he said.
Basically, folks, he said, spoiler alert, he yelled out, "Shut up, B."
And Eddie Murphy was like, I didn't expect that. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh my God. That's called digression. You know, Goonie Google brought us there, but I can bring it back, people. And here we are back. Ron has entered, and he's talking to Dwayne. It's like Dwayne's all in love and talking about settling down because he tells him, well, Walter is standing aside. You know what? I want to know why Walter
Ron alluded back to season 1.
His girlfriend.
To his girlfriend, yeah. He had a quick little reference.
He had a love affair in the first season, and Ron's like, "We're supposed to enjoy Millie. We are here. His whole thing is we are here to enjoy life so we'll have fun. So when we get married, we'll be okay." He's just stupid.
When we get married, we won't have any fun anymore.
We won't have any fun anymore. But the funny part was that Walter is standing aside, and he wants to hear Ron's theories on, dating. But what I didn't understand was, Walter, why are you behind the counter at the pit, just eating food? Like he just eating food. Like, I want to see Mr. Gaines come out. Why the hell are you eating my food? Oh my God, he's literally behind the counter. Like, oh wait, I hear somebody talking about something. Like he's a manager or something. Dwayne, like I said, Ron is all about we are having a good time now. Dwayne is in love, Range Plains. He's dropping love because we are here. Like I said, we're here to load up on fun. We go to Kim and Whitley's room. Kim is present and Freddie comes by, and she is upset and accepts. I think she's finally accepting that Dwayne is not dating her. Freddie is tired of being seen as a baby. It's time for her to change.
It took her all the way past homecoming, which means they are in the beginning of November. And she is just realizing that Dwayne does not want her.
You know what, man? She's a freshman. She's kind of hoping. She's kind of
Freddie, Winifred.
Winifred was kind of hoping. She's like, and she is ready to change her stilo. She's ready to change her MO. Who is Freddie? She wants to be Winifred. And she says, I want to, and Whitley comes and says, I want to be like her. And Whitley says, people in hell want ice water. That's a joke that just never fails right there. People in hell want ice water. It just never fails. I want to be just like her. People in hell want ice water. And it's as good as the person who is delivering the line. And in this case, it is Whitley Gilbert in her Whitley Gilbert's people in hell want ice water. And she says it and just keeps on moving. Like she never really stops.
It's like normal. Like, yeah.
And she keeps talking about Freddie wants Whitley to give her a makeover. And Whitley's just like, I don't have that type of time for a project of that magnitude. She's like, just bringing it. Whitley's just bringing it. Like, I don't have that type of time. But inevitably, she breaks down and said, okay, maybe I could take you on. We go to a math class, and a gentleman from previous episodes, who I can't remember his character's name, he's doing the math.
Up there trying to do math problems, huh?
But what's funny to me is he's doing something. Put A into X2 into this, carry this. Says something's wrong here. It just makes the way he says something's wrong. Like
I was just able to get a category. What? I just filled in the category.
He turned the criminal tailor. Something's wrong here. Help me out. I've never heard somebody do that in a math class. He's going and he said, something's wrong here. It's so funny. This character is played by Phil Lewis, who you've seen on Sweet Life. If you have children of age, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, Wayans Brothers. He used to be he had a kid he was a character named TC on the Wayans Brothers.
Okay.
Totally different than the character Mr. Mosby he played on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
I never really watched. I mean, I watched the Wayans Brothers off and on.
Yeah, you know what? Living Single Stage was right next to the Wayans Brothers. So
you used to see it all.
I used to see him all the time.
See it all.
Yeah, you see it all the time.
You used to turn on the TV like, oh, I saw that part. I saw that part last week. I saw that take about 10 times. They laughed. Yeah. They laughed. They couldn't even stop laughing. I actually liked it better when they kept laughing.
So yeah, I used to see him outside of the stage and all that. But like I said, he's having problems, and Colonel Taylor like calls on Dwayne. And and everybody says, "Can somebody do this question? Can somebody do this?" And everybody starts raising their hands, and he says something. He says, "Oh, you don't want to do it, and most of you are only raising your hands because you don't want me.
You don't want me to pick on. You don't want me to choose you."
And
I was like, "Man, I've done that before.
That's real. That's so.
And I would never raise my hand high. I would do something like this, like kind of stick it up there." So you can kind of just see it, and you just maybe pass right by me.
Once or twice, I'm not gonna lie, I gave that real Herculean effort to make it seem like I really knew what I was talking about. But I needed somebody next to me be raising their hand high. I would go like this, like real. Because if you fake it, that's when they call it.
Yeah. Now if I knew it, I was raising my hand. I was like, I'm gonna get it in. So you won't bother me for a little while.